All right, what's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back because I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. And today we are doing Side Hustle Saturday, where I am going to be sharing with you why you need to start a side hustle in 2025. And I'm also going to be sharing with you about my side hustle and how I'm able to make $1,000 a month in my side hustle working 10 hours or less. Okay. So I'm going to get into that and I'm going to show you that. Before I do that, y'all know I got to do my social media checks real quick. And then we are going to get into the video. So let me do this really, really quickly, guys. I hope everyone has been having a pretty good week and that things have been going well for you. Let's see. And if not, we're going to do stuff to make it better. All right. So let's see. So I'm good there. And I just got to check one other spot to make sure I'm good. And if you already have a side hustle, you can let me know in the comment section what your side hustle is. If you're thinking about doing a side hustle, you can also let me know in the comments what you're considering, or if you have any questions about starting a side hustle, you can also drop those in the comment section as well, okay? And as always, please remember, if you enjoy the content, if you like what you see, please be sure to like the video, share the video with a friend, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I got to show some love. Shout out to all of you guys who are subscribed to my channel, but also a special shout out to everyone who has subscribed pretty much in the last couple of weeks. I have shared with y'all previously that I have a goal. I'm the gold digger. I have a goal to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of February, which is my birthday, and I'm getting closer and closer and closer. Thanks to you guys. And as always, I do not take it for granted at all because there are so many people on YouTube who you could be subscribed to. So the fact that you subscribe to my channel, it is so much truly, truly, truly appreciated. So thank you guys. Thank you so, so much. All right. Now, if you are new to Side Hustle Saturday, pretty much what I do, usually I was doing it more regularly, just about every Saturday, where I would share about my side hustle and give you tips and stuff, or give you updates, I should say. I would give you income updates about how much I was making in my side hustle. And at that time, I was mainly doing mystery shopping and my notary work. And I kind of got away. Y'all know I don't really do a whole lot of mystery shopping. I still do it from time to time. Kind of got away from the side hustles and wasn't even doing the notary stuff as much as possible to be giving you guys updates on a regular basis. But now your girl is getting back into it. That's not to say I'm going to be giving y'all videos every week about it, but I'm definitely gotten back into my notary side hustle, and I will be sharing with you today how I'm able to make money with that. But yeah, Side Hustle Saturday was just born because back in 2020, y'all know what happened in 2020. Back in 2020, I realized that one source of income was too close to zero, way too close to zero, y'all. And the way things looking right now, y'all should definitely, I don't know, y'all, you should definitely have a backup plan. And you might need to have a backup plan to that backup plan, because the way things are looking with what happened, on January 20th, things are looking a little dicey right now, and it's a little uncertain, but we gonna be all right. But yes, definitely get a side hustle in 2025. Okay. But yeah, that was the main purpose of Side Hustle Saturday, was just to show you, I say easy ways. Now, I know easy is relative, but just to show you easy ways for you to bring in additional income to your household. And so you're not living paycheck to paycheck or just having some extra fun money. So that was the whole purpose of Side Hustle Saturday. Now, y'all know I like a good song. I like a good jingle. So we do have a Side Hustle Saturday song. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we are going to get into the video. All right. It's Side Hustle Saturday, Side Hustle Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. It's Side Hustle Saturday. All right, so that is our Side Hustle Saturday song. let's talk about side hustles. So, if you have been on the fence, if you have been wondering, should I start a side hustle? Let me tell you, now is the time to do so. No time is better than the present. Get into a side hustle so that you can bring in some additional money for your family, okay? Because you just never know. Inflation it has gone up. Prices of everything is going up. Everyone needs some extra money, and you still want to be able to live the lifestyle that you normally had when before all this inflation. And what studies are showing is that inflation has gone up, and with inflation going up, the increase in people's income has not kept up with inflation. So what you could buy with your same money before, you're not going to be able to buy. And not only what you could buy before, the things that you were able to enjoy before, like maybe you had a little extra cushion, a little extra money to do the fun things, you're not going to be able to do that. Or I won't say you're not going to be able to do that, but you probably don't have the same amount of money you had previously to be able to do that, because people's salary has not kept up with the rise in inflation. So stop waiting for your employer to give you that raise. Stop waiting for your employer to give you that promotion, and you go ahead and give yourself a raise and give yourself a promotion. And you can do that by starting a side hustle. So I told y'all my side hustle story, 2020, y'all know what happened. My business was closed down. Just from everything that was going on. And I was like, I do not ever want to be in this particular situation ever again, where I don't know how I'm going to be able to generate money. Now, we did fine. Thank you, Lord, because it was nobody but God. It was not me. It was nobody but God that kept me during the time that my business was closed. But during that time, I started brainstorming and starting to think about, hey, what can I do to bring in some extra money? What can I do if things go bad, if things go south, how can I be able to still support myself, support my family, bring income into my household? And that's when I started looking into side hustles. Now, the first side hustle I did was mystery shopping. I did that way back when I was in college, after I had my daughter, because I couldn't bring in income like I wanted to then. And I said, hey, I'm going to get into mystery shopping. Now, the side hustles, if you have been following my channel, but if not, if you're new, usually the side hustles I'm going to be sharing with you about, if you hear me talking about side hustles, they are going to be what I consider easy side hustles. And like I said before, I know easy is relative to people, but it's usually side hustles that you can easily get into, like with no skill. You don't have to go back to school. You don't have to get a whole bunch of knowledge in order to be able to do it. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. And also during that time back in 2020, I was also looking at side hustles like, hey, if for some reason my children, were in college, or they couldn't go to college, or something happened, how can they do stuff to still be able to support themselves and still bring in money? So I looked into the mystery shopping, like I said, I already had done that before when I was in college. So I was familiar with that. And so I started looking into it again. And y'all, it was so easy for me to jump right back into mystery shopping. Now, please don't think because I had done it previously when I was in college that I'm some mystery shopping expert. I'm not. But if you shop, if you buy stuff, you can essentially be a mystery shopper. And check out some of my mystery shopping videos, because essentially what I tell you to do is do shops that you are already familiar with doing. Like go to stores, go to places, look for those places where you already frequent, and do those kinds of shops. So it's not totally new to you. So I did banking shops, I did grocery shops. Eventually I did hotel shops, but I always say hotel shops you shouldn't start those when you first start out in mystery shopping. But initially, when I first started out, whatever interests me, whatever I felt like I was comfortable with doing, I went ahead and did them. Now, there were shops that I didn't do, there were shops like at electronic stores. I don't go in there. I don't shop in electronic stores very often. So guess what? I didn't do those kinds of shops because I felt like I wasn't going to be familiar with those shops or be able to do those shops well. So I didn't do those kinds of shops, but I got into mystery shopping. And then a friend, my good friend, my bestie, she had mentioned to me about being a notary. So I looked into that, and it's really, I hate to say this, it's really easy to become a notary given the responsibilities that we have. Now, I will say this. you do need to have training as a notary. Like, don't just be going out there doing stuff willy-nilly. But to me, being a notary, it came I should say, I'm not going to say easy. It came naturally to me. But there are certain things that you need to do so you're not caught up in doing things incorrectly. So I did that. I did the mystery shopping. I did the notary work. Y'all, at one point, what else was I doing? I did the Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is still up. But I didn't do a whole lot with the Etsy shop. What else did I do? Oh, and I did laundry. There are laundry apps where you can do people's laundry and stuff like that. That is really, really easy also to get into. And even with that one, I made some good money, and you can get some tax write-offs and stuff like that. So that was my journey. But eventually what I have decided that I'm going to be settling on is just doing notary work, because like I said, it comes kind of I'm going to use the word naturally to me. It's not something that I'm excited about. It's not something that I'm necessarily passionate about, because I know sometimes people will say, start a side hustle that you're passionate about. It's just something that I consider easy for me to do, but I do know what I'm doing. So I'm not trying to downplay being a notary by saying that it's easy. It's easy for me. That doesn't mean it's going to be necessarily easy for you. So don't think that you're just going to jump in there and know immediately what to do. You still do need to get some training. And I had gotten training as well. So, and now that I know pretty much the basics of it, it just seems very easy and kind of effortless for me. So that is what I got into. But you have to decide what is going to be best for you. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop waiting for someone to show you this. And also stop chasing the money. Now, if you're like getting into something because they say that you're going to make all this kind of money, don't just do it for that one reason. Don't think that you're going to easily generate this money if you don't have any experience whatsoever, if you have no knowledge, if you have no skills, if you have no expertise about that particular thing, okay? You're still going to have to put some work in. Even for my notary business. Now, yes, I make $1,000 a month in my business, working less than 10 hours a month. But did I make that initially? No. I was chasing the money. And where they said the money resided, it did not reside for me in the notary business. Everybody would say, do real estate documents, do the real estate transactions and all of that. And that's what I jumped into initially when I became a notary. The money did not reside for me there. Not saying that there's not money there to be made. It did not reside for me there because it did not fit the type of work schedule I had. It did not fit the kind of personality that I had in terms of a lot of these real estate transactions. They're like, I won't say last minute, but they are kind of like last minute and they're time sensitive. And I don't have that kind of flexibility with my time. I can't be a certain place at a certain time because someone needs this particular document signed. Like, I'm working a regular 9-to-5 job, so I don't have that kind of flexibility in my schedule. Now, there's plenty of people who are making money as a notary doing real estate transactions. So please don't get me wrong. Please don't hear me incorrectly when I say that. But for me, the money did not reside there. And that's what I jumped into. And that's what I was chasing after initially when I became a notary. So I said all that to say, don't just jump into something for the money. If you do, you have to make sure that actually fits the things that you want to do. Does it actually fit the lifestyle that you want to have, that you want to live? And if it doesn't, then you have to find a way to make it work for you or find a different side hustle. So I was able to make the notary work for me because me getting into the real estate stuff allowed me or opened up my eyes to all the different, I won't say all, but other possibilities or other things that I can do as a notary. And essentially, that is what I'm doing now in order to make $1,000 a month working less than 10 hours. And I keep emphasizing the less than 10 hours because, like I said, I'm working a 9-to-5. I do not have time to come and do different signings, throughout the day, throughout the week. I have to work either in the evenings or on the weekends. And even then, I don't want to spend my whole weekend doing my side hustle. I don't want to spend my whole weekend, chasing down signings. So it's very, very simple, very, very easy. Now, that is a little bit about me. I am going to also give you some tips about how you can get started in this, not in this notary business, excuse me, in this, in your side hustle. But let me see. I see I have a comment. What's up, Notary World? She says, hi, girly, let's get it. Good to see you. I think this is my first time seeing you on the channel, and I'm sure Notary World is making good money in her notary business. Like I said, it is money to be made in that business, and it's fairly easy to get into. But even though it's something easy to get into, that does not mean you should not possess the knowledge and the skills that you need to be successful. All right, so I don't know how well it's going to show up on the screen, but I'm going to try and show you on the screen what I have generated so far in my notary business. And I am pulling up my Square app, because that's usually how I take payments through Square, or they pay me in cash, but I haven't had any cash payments this month. And what I specialize in my notary business, because I said I don't do the real estate transactions. That's not to say I don't do real estate documents, because I actually did a real estate document this particular month. But I specialize in what's called general notary work, where the general public is contacting me to come out and sign various documents for them. I also specialize in doing apostilles, and then as well as weddings. Although I have not been marketing my weddings, and I have not done any weddings this month, even though it's not really wedding season, but I haven't been marketing. But yes, most of what I've been doing is just general notary work, apostilles, and yeah, one real estate document or whatever, but it's considered general because it was not through a signing company. The person contacted me directly in order to do that. Okay. Also, with the general notary work, I help people out with like powers of attorneys, if they have wills, estate planning documents, so healthcare powers of attorney, things of that nature. And that's why I say the notary business is easy to get into, but you still need to be knowledgeable, because these are very important documents that we're signing. Like somebody's will is very important. That power of attorney is very important. So you need to know what you're doing as a notary, or in whatever side hustle you get into. So just because I'm saying it's easy, that doesn't mean you don't have to be, have to have some kind of education or some kind of intelligence in order for it to be successful to you. All right, so let me pull up my reports, and I'm going for 1 month. So for this month in January, this is January 25th, my gross sales are $915. And I don't know, let me see if I can get it. Yep, can y'all see that y'all should be able to see that, $915, okay? That is what I made this month in January. And also, I don't know if y'all can also see how many sales it says? It says 5. I've only done 5 sales. So from 5 sales, I made $915. Now, of course, with the Square app, the credit card fees are, they're taking out about $25 of my credit card fees. And also I had to use a witness for one of the documents, one of the signings. So I paid my witness out of this particular money as well. So if I take that out, I'm probably at about $875. So almost a little shy of $900 if I take out my expenses. But my gross revenue that I was able to generate so far in January is $915. And I've only had 5 customers. And I will say this, those 5 customers, none of those signings, except for one, and I'll tell you about that one, all of those signings probably took an hour or less for me to do. So I've only worked 5 hours really in my notary business and generated $915. Where else? Well, I'm sure there's other places you can work, but where are you making $915 working your 9 to 5 in 5 hours? So I love it. And when I say in 5 hours, what I'm talking about is my travel time there, as well as my travel time back, and including the signing. So I probably worked 5 hours, maybe at the most 6. Only reason I say that is because the most recent signing that I did was right when we had snow. So right as it was starting to snow, or we're getting the snow coming in, I went out I won't say foolishly because it wasn't snowing that bad or whatever. It wasn't that bad. I went out and did a signing for a client. And because it was snowing, it took me longer to get there and longer to get back. The actual signing, so it took me about 30 minutes to get there and 30 minutes to get back, which usually, y'all, I'm not driving 30 minutes to anybody signing, or you pretty much gonna be paying me a lot more or whatever. Usually most of my signings, I'm driving like 15 minutes to get there, 15 minutes or less to get there. So usually I'm not driving 30 minutes. And that's just my standard. That's just my criteria. Some people might be like, well, that's not, 30 minutes is not that bad. Cause I'm thinking about 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. That's already an hour of my time. And then even for that, so since it was snowing, it took me 30 minutes to get there and pretty much 30 minutes to get back. The actual signing only took about 15 minutes, but I was there for about 20 minutes because I start talking, y'all. So I was there about 20 minutes. So let's just say that one took about an hour and a half for me to do. But all the other stuff, even if I take that into consideration, I take the other 4 into consideration, I know the other 4 did not take me longer than an hour, including my travel time. Because some of them, they were not very far from me, or, I just didn't have to do a whole lot of stuff. But let's just round up. Let's just say it took me 6 hours to make $915 this month. Okay. So it can be done. It is doable. You can make money in doing side hustles, not just in notary work. Because even the other side hustles that I mentioned to you, when I was doing mystery shopping, I would come up on here my first month in doing mystery shopping. I want to say, I forget, because it's in the video or whatever, I made like $400 or $500 doing mystery shopping. Even other stuff I made, even with the laundry stuff, that was really good. But I just got tired of doing that or whatever. You could make decent money doing stuff and doing it at the convenience in your own time. So a lot of the side hustles I'm picking, they're not time sensitive. So when I say they're not time sensitive, it means like I'm pretty flexible on when I can do them. Like I'm not obligated to do them at a certain time, which is why the real estate documents, doing those as a notary did not work out with me. I need to be flexible. I need to be able to pick and choose a little bit better on when I'm doing my side hustle and what's going to work out for me. So it's no capping over here. Y'all, like I said, I showed it on camera what I have made thus far, and my goal is to get to $1,000. So hopefully I'll get at least one more signing or so, should take me over that and get me there. Okay. So that's my story. I'm going to give y'all some tips so that y'all can do the same thing or try and figure out what side hustle you want to get into. All right. What's up, Jen? She says, happy side hustle Saturday, Rita. Good to see you. And this is one of my classmates from back in the day. Jen, I hope you are doing well, girlies, but good to see you. All right. So if you want to get started in your side hustle, I did previous videos about giving you some side hustle motivation. I also gave you a blueprint for how to start your side hustle. So step by step, what you need to do, what you need to consider, all of that kind of stuff once you have decided upon which side hustle that you want to do. So please be sure to check out those videos so that you can see that information. And I want to say one of them was a side hustle Saturday and one of them was a tipsy Tuesday video. So both of them are my live videos that I did. I don't think they were pre-recorded or anything like that. But yeah, check those out if you want to see the blueprint for what you need to do when it comes to setting up your side hustle, as well as if you need some encouragement, because you're definitely going to need that encouragement throughout 2025 and everything. But if you like, okay, I want to start a side hustle, but I don't know what kind of side hustle I want to do. This is what I recommend for you to consider, for you to think about when it comes to choosing your side hustle. First and foremost, consider what you're already doing. What are you doing in your 9 to 5? Hopefully even if you don't like it, what are you doing in your 9 to 5? And can you make that into a side hustle? Now, please keep in mind, please hear me clearly. I am not telling you to leave your 9 to 5. This is a side hustle. This is something you do on the side. Now, if you want to eventually replace your 9 to 5, then that's good for you. I am not telling you to leave your job. I'm telling you to generate some additional income. And one of the ways you can do that is by thinking about what is someone already paying you to do? And that's your job. What is your job already paying you to do? Obviously, hopefully, you're doing it well enough for them to be paying you. So start there. Start looking at, okay, this is what I do at my job. This is the skills that I have. And don't just think about your job title. You can start there, but also look at all the duties, all the responsibilities you have at your job currently. Like, are you managing people? Are you delegating stuff? Are you hosting events under your job title? Think about all the different tasks that you're doing at your current 9 to 5 and see, can I turn any of these into a side hustle? Think of the responsibilities that you enjoy the most. Look at the responsibilities you enjoy the least so that you can avoid them. But look at the ones that you enjoy the most and see, can I parlay this into a side hustle? And before you say, girl, I can't turn that into no side hustle, have you thought about it before? Have you considered it before? Have you researched it? So before you start telling yourself no, my thing is, give somebody an opportunity to tell you no. So test it out, work it out before you say, girl, I can't do this. I can't turn that into a side hustle. Nobody's going to pay me to do that. Somebody already paying you to do it. Your job is already paying you to do this particular skill, this particular task. So let's see, can you turn it into a side hustle? Now, with that being said, you might have to get a little creative to see, how can I reach out to clients? How can I market my services and stuff like that? And don't get discouraged in the beginning if you don't get a lot of clients or if you don't get a lot of feedback. Your job has probably been there, or your company has probably been there for a long time. They have already mastered the blueprint on how they garner clients, how they generate business. You are just starting out. What you need to do is just reverse engineer what your job is doing, seeing how they attract clients, looking at their track record. And if they've been established for 30 years, you can't compare a 30-year company to a 1-month company that you're just starting. So stop talking yourself out of doing stuff just because you're not successful initially, okay? But there are probably skills that you have. There's probably knowledge that you know. There's probably things that you are doing currently in your 9 to 5 that you can turn into a side hustle. So please, please, please start there. The reason why I say start there is because, one, is easy. It's not like when I say easy, like I said, easy is relative. It's easy because you don't have to learn a new skill. It's something that you're already doing and you can just turn it into the side hustle. Now, for me, I'm going to share a little bit about me. I can easily, y'all may not know because I know some of y'all are new to the channel. So in my profession, I have my own optometric practice. So I'm an optometrist. So I have those skills. I can easily get a side hustle working as an optometrist, but I knew I did not want to do that. I mean, I did not want to do it as a side hustle. One, I don't want all the responsibility that comes with caring for people's eyes. I don't want to be, once again, I wanted the time flexibility. So even if I did something on the weekends or something like that, usually I'm going to have to be working a set amount of hours in order to generate the income. Also, I didn't want to think that hard. That's not to downplay any of the side hustles that I'm doing currently or I did previously, but I did not want to, I don't want to be thinking or be worried about if somebody came in with like an emergency visit or something like that and making sure that they're doing well and all that kind of stuff. I want to do something where I go and do the job, come home, and I'm done. I'm not having to worry about it. I'm not having to worry about, malpractice issues or anything like that. Not saying anything would happen, but I didn't want to work that hard and I didn't want to think that hard. So that is why I didn't do a side hustle in my regular 9 to 5, but I can easily do that. I get messages and calls and emails on a regular basis, like, hey, can you do fill-in work? Hey, we have this particular opportunity. So I know that's out there. And I keep that on the back burner too, because that's also in my back pocket. Because I told you, one source of income is too close to zero. So I already know if nothing works out in my side hustles or whatever, I know I can easily go and pick up a side hustle already in my field and make some additional income if if it was down to like dire straits and I just absolutely had to do it. But I don't want to be doing all that. I don't want to think that hard. So the side hustles I looked into was what I consider easy, and that's why I share it with you guys. Like, it's something easy, that typically easy, that you can get into without having to put a whole lot of work or a whole lot of effort into it. All right. BC, I got a couple more comments. And guys, I am not going to be on here long, only because my son has a basketball game today, so I got to take him to that. And Jen said, "Yay, way back in the day. Glad to see you, and thank you for sharing your expertise." You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. Jen is super duper smart though too, so I know she's doing well. Hey, April, I haven't seen you all year. Happy New Year. She says, "Hey, all, good to see you on." All right. So that was the first tip. When it comes to starting your side hustle, you did not know where to start. Start with what you're already doing in your 9 to 5, okay? And then if you looked at that and you're like, I don't want to do that. If you like me, you're like, I don't want to do that. Then look at what are you currently good at? Like, what do you naturally have skills and abilities to do? What is something that your friends, your family seeks you out to help you with? What are people coming to you and like, hey, can you help me with X, Y, and Z? Look at that, what you are good at, and see if you can possibly turn that into a side hustle. And based off of that, if you're like, I'm not good at nothing, that's a lie. Okay, that is a lie. Ask your friends and family, what do you think I'm really good at? And then ask them, well, do you think I could turn this into a side hustle, or do you think this can become a side hustle? Start getting feedback from people, basically. See what you can do. And then also, once you've done that, another thing that you can try is just seeing what you like to do. What is something that you enjoy? And don't let it be like, if it's something that is like strange or you consider obscure, like nobody is doing that, trust me, there are people who are probably doing that and people who will probably pay money to do it. So don't think what you're passionate about is too weird or quirky or, way too unique for somebody to pay money for. You just have to find your right target audience and find your right market and your right demographic for people to start supporting your business. But don't ever think it's too quirky or it's too weird or anything like that. Because if they paying money for people taking pictures of their feet on the internet, they're gonna pay money for anything. Okay. So nothing is too weird. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is out of bounds, so to speak. Don't do nothing too strange to make that change. That's all I'm saying. But I'm just saying, people will pay money for all kinds of stuff. And you just have to test it out and see. And I'm pretty sure if you probably do a Google search, or if you look on Facebook and look for Facebook groups, you'll probably find your tribe of people who might be doing something quirky or weird, or what you think nobody is interested in, or nobody is going to do. Trust me, it is probably out there. Okay. So please do that. Also, when you come to considering what side hustle you want to get into, the big thing I want you to consider, once you figure out what you want to do, is, do you have the time? Well, I won't even say do you have the time, but what kind of time do you have to commit to it? Like, seriously, look at that. Because that's what I had to wrestle with or realize when it came to the notary business. Like, I don't have time to be checking my phone. I remember one of the coaching classes that, because I had gotten training and stuff like that. They were like, you need to have your phone on you at all times and be checking your phone and all this kind of stuff. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to be that bothered. Like, I don't want to be bothered, like checking my phone every few seconds, every time it goes off, to see, oh, is this a notification for a signing? Got to hurry up and try and respond to say that I'm available, then wait by the phone, see if I got to sign this. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to be at that high level of, anticipation. No. I'll let people call me. Like, my phone is not ringing off the hook, but I probably get at least one phone call each day in my notary business for something or whatever. So look at the time commitment that you want to give to it. Like, seriously, see how many hours that you have, and be honest with yourself, because a lot of us are just wasting our time. There's plenty of time that we have if we were using it in a more productive and a more efficient way. But look at your time If you only have the weekends, like me, I only really have evenings and weekends. And sometimes if I feel like it, I might do something on my day off or whatever, because I have a day off during the week. But it just depends on how I feel like it. But seriously, look, if I'm only available on the weekends, see how you can market your business to generate income. I won't say income, but attract people for the weekend. How can you make it unique so that people are like, oh, this is a weekend service, or this is an evening service, whatever it is, or if you can do it during the week. But see how you can make it attractive to your target audience for them to support you during that time. Now, this is more so if you have a service-based business. If you're selling products or something like that, then yes, you're pretty flexible and can work on it on your own time. If you have a website or like a Shopify store, people are going to be coming to you or checking out your store all different times. And so it's a little bit more passive, but still you need to see, hey, when am I going to be working on new products or trying to source new products? And just like your job gives you set hours, like, you come in from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, start creating set hours for yourself in your side hustle business. Say, even if you don't have any clients, even if you don't have any work. So it's like, okay, on Saturdays from 10 to 2, I'm working in my side hustle. And that's just the time that you set aside. Now, you don't have to set aside that amount of time, but I would say at least a couple of hours a week, you should be working in it to make sure that it is growing and going in the direction that you're supposed to. But when you set that set schedule for yourself, for your side hustle, it shows that you're committed. It helps you to stay dedicated. And more importantly, it develops a habit for you so that it becomes you treating it as a side hustle and a side business. Okay. And I said before, it's a side hustle. It's not a side chick. It's not something you just do when you feel like it. You got to have certain times that you are dedicating to your business, your side hustle business, if you want to see it grow. Okay. Because all of us have been in situations where if you're just doing stuff willy-nilly when you feel like it, it usually doesn't work out. Okay. So just keep that in mind when it comes to starting your side hustle, and check out those other videos about giving you the blueprint and giving you some encouragement and motivation. So just a quick recap, and then I'm going to hop off, is in order to start your side hustle, you want to look at what you're already doing. See if you can parlay what you're already doing in your 9 to 5 or in your regular job. See if you can turn that into a side hustle. Also look at stuff that you are good at or have skills with. Also look at things that you are passionate about too, in determining what type of side hustle you want to do. And the last thing is look at your time. How much time can you commit to it realistically? Like you might not be able to watch as much Netflix. You might not be able to watch as much, TV or scrolling on social media and stuff like that. How much time do you have to commit to it? And also, how much time do you want to commit to it? So if you have like 10 hours a week, how many of those hours do you actually want to dedicate to the side hustle and everything? Like I said, for me, like I'm not trying to work, more than 10 hours in my business, if at all possible, because I don't really have the time to do that realistically. I don't have time to be staying that committed to it. And I hate to say that because it sounds kind of negative, but I just know the way my schedule is, I can't be doing something that's going to require me 5 hours each day to work it. If it requires that amount of time, then I'm probably not going to be successful because I just don't have that kind of time in my schedule. But that's what I want you to look at. But yes, let me see any comments you have. Also, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. And then I am going to be hopping off. But I hope this was helpful for you guys, the information. And if it was, be sure to like the video and share with a friend and subscribe to the channel. All right. So what's up? April says, LOL. Yes. Happy New Year. Crystal, good to see you. I hope you are doing well. She says, hey, thank you for these tips. Happy New Year. Yes. And Crystal is, my sorority sister and colleague. So I'm so happy to see you. April says, teach English on the weekends online. If you're good at nothing, you can do that. Yes, that's right, April. Like all of us have a skill. We know something. We have some knowledge about something. So oftentimes we talk ourselves out of doing stuff, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. But if you start thinking hard enough, if you get creative enough, and even teaching English is it's not creative or whatever, but if you think hard enough, you won't find something that you're good at that you can use it to become a side hustle and make some extra money off of it. All right. What's up, Leslie? Good to see you. Leslie is from my hometown. Thanks for joining. She says, I am a notary also. Awesome. I didn't know that, Leslie. Well, I hope you are making money in your notary business, because there's definitely money to be made, as I shared earlier in the video. And then Jennifer says, I love this. Very helpful. Have a blessed day. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yes, and I hope y'all have a blessed day as well. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap it on up since I don't see any questions or anything like that. But as always, I want to see us win. I want to see us succeed. I want to see us doing well in 2025, and not just in 2025, for the years to come. Because like I said, things are looking a little sketchy right now. Things are looking a little, I don't know what to make of the things that have been happening so far. But I want all of us to do well, and just know one source of income. I can't say this enough. One source of income is too close to zero. So get you a side hustle. Find another way to make money. Because some of the things that we have seen happening just in this week alone with people's jobs and people's incomes, like the way they playing with people's money, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. So make sure you have your money secured, and even if you don't, get a side hustle and get in control of your money. Stop waiting for somebody to give you a raise. Stop waiting for somebody to give you a promotion, and start making that money for yourself. All right. Take care, guys.